I would almost want to start pantsing people in town.
Just to see if it's, are you him? Are you him?
Exactly.
You are decidedly not him.
Everyone in the town, instead of agreeing to a polygraph, they agree to do a big public lineup. All the males drop trow.
Everybody has to wear a mask, but drop trow.
Right? If you don't want to participate, that's a little sus. Why won't you show your wiener to the whole town?
Why, hello there, freak. So glad you could join us. Time to listen in on another seriously silly conversation with Gretchen and the Lukes.
Lukes, I have got some kind of good news for you and people in Alabama.
Oh, okay. We have a lot in common, me and the Alabamians. So we're very happy to hear this.
Okay. So the kind of good news, and it's funny, this is actually how it is reported in the story. They say it's kind of good news, is that for the first time in 4 years, Mobile, Alabama police believe they have some not too good, but video footage of the naked ski mask man. The naked ski mask man is a character.
Who that is?
I didn't either. He is he has been terrorizing these two towns for the last 4 years. 4 years.
And he's naked except for a ski mask?
Yes. This is what this I was going to say gentleman does, but I don't really, he's not really a gentleman.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Technically, yeah, that's not gentleman behavior. Like if you have gentleman behavior, you would have a ski mask and you would also have a tiny bow tie around your junk.
Yeah, you're right. A little bow tie.
Maybe a little cummerbund.
Maybe a walking cane, maybe a top hat. No, a top hat instead of a ski mask. No, I guess he's trying to conceal his face.
Yeah, you would do something more gentlemanly with your junk. Is my point. Is you would maybe have a scarf.
Yeah, maybe you would wear a gourd groin thing.
Yeah, one of those attachable gourds. Maybe a fanny pack that's properly positioned. Anyway. But so what? So this guy's been terrorizing. Check this out.
2 small communities in the Yellowhammer State. Oh, I didn't know that Alabama's known as the Yellowhammer State. What the hell's that? Different convo, I guess. They're being plagued by a bizarre creature of the night. He is a man that shows up after dark wearing a ski mask and nothing else. The naked weirdo comes charging out of the night.
That's a weird thing to put in the news article.
Already judgment, huh?
It's a little bit of a judgment. You know, this guy might be, granted what he's doing is weird, but that doesn't make him a weirdo. But go ahead.
No, I agree with you.
I have a problem with this reporter, but go ahead.
Well, hey, we ask and we always say, let's try to critically think. So I appreciate that because that does tell us this is not unbiased.
No, it sounds
the news reporting, I guess.
Yeah. Now, in the reporter's defense, this guy has been terrorizing this area for 4 years. So,
well, and so this is what he does. It says the naked weirdo comes charging out of the night at unsuspecting people. Sometimes he's content just to give them a scare, but on other occasions he has chased people while yelling decidedly uncomfortable threats. Which I don't know what that could mean.
I like that it's decidedly uncomfortable threats.
Decidedly uncomfortable. I guess, does that mean...
As opposed to arguably uncomfortable threats. Things like, I'm going to cuddle with you. Okay.
That will come arguably, up in.
That's uncomfortable, yet it seems almost like it's thoughtful.
And I guess where people could say, well, I would argue that cuddling is nice, or a lot of people use a hug, right? But so I guess decidedly uncomfortable threats.
I'm going to put my junk on your shoulder.
That's gosh.
Decidedly uncomfortable.
That's true. That is decidedly uncomfortable because obviously it's a unique phrase here that they're using. So it really makes me think about the threats.
Especially someone who just got done telling us that this dude's a weirdo, and now they're using, sort of.
Because otherwise it would be like, I would expect violent threats, right? I mean, or if
I don't know, what do you do?
I guess is that
when you're naked and you're coming out of the Like it sounds like he's charging at them. So like he's hiding, and then he like, here comes somebody. Here comes somebody. 5, 4, 3, 2. Decidedly threatening.
Right? Like, I watch your cat sleep at night. I live in a tree.
I know what you call him. Whiskers.
I have butter in my butt.
My feet smell as bad as my nutsack.
I will fart in your general direction.
You kniggets. Yeah, what do you
So then it says this. What's truly disconcerting about the masked exhibitionist is that he's not a newcomer in the area.
See, now that a masked exhibitionist is a very reporter-like thing to say. That's a very, generic way to describe what he does, as opposed to the hidden weirdo or whatever it is.
Yeah, before he said the masked weirdo.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead.
Some locals say that they've seen him wreak havoc like this for at least 4 years. So 4 years. Now, and this is not an old story, because the news of this potential video was just recent.
So they finally got a video captured of this guy surging at somebody from out of the dark.
Yeah, and I guess
it's like a Bigfoot spotting almost.
Yeah, right. Like the
Loch Ness monster kind of shit.
And so in 4 years, though, this guy, it's amazing. Like, number one, he hasn't ever hurt anyone or even touched anyone, right?
Although he has decidedly threatened them.
He makes them decidedly uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, yes.
People do not like this because he's like a real life jump scare living in your town.
Yeah.
You never know where he's going to pop out. And apparently,
when you're naked and you pop out, that's a whole different version of popping out.
Yeah, and 4 years with modern technology and everyone having cameras and surveillance everywhere this dude I'm pretty impressed, to be honest. Because,
hi, Ted. How you doing? It's been 3 years. How you doing? I'm gonna touch your dog on the belly with my elbow. Oh, that's decidedly uncomfortable, but not too bad, Ted.
I'm gonna fill your car with knives covered in wet peanut butter.
Oh, Jesus, Ted. You're getting weird and decidedly uncomfortable.
This is decidedly uncomfortable. But Luke's, I mean, don't you find it impressive that for 4 years, he has managed to evade police? Anytime somebody has an encounter with him, they call it in. So there's record of this. The police clearly for 4 years they've tried to find him. He's never leaves a trace. Well, he's naked. He doesn't ever really leave anything. But I try to picture, how's he doing this? Like, do you think, because he's not always at the same location, right? And
can he leave like prints?
When does he get naked?
Can he leave like what about if he's naked? So he's leaving footprints. He's leaving sack prints. If
his balls are like slapping on trees and stuff.
You never know. And do they have that on database? Is there a way to look that stuff up?
Well, I guess he's not leaving enough.
Yeah, and I guess not
in the woods, because the thing about these two towns, they're like rural towns outside of Mobile, Alabama. So Mobile would be the biggest, the big city nearby. Right. So in these communities, there is a lot of woods. And houses have a lot of land. And so it definitely, he has more places to hide that maybe wouldn't have videos, like hiding in an alley in a city and there's like 15 apartments, and everyone's got cell phones taping you. But like, he's got to live there. He must.
Well, that's what I was just thinking. Like, it's kind of like with Batman and Superman, where there's somebody that lives in the city, but yet they play this other hero that's a masked Avenger or whatever. And then you're always wondering, is that Clark Kent? Is that guy, like, that guy doesn't have glasses though, and Clark has glasses, or is that Bruce Wayne? Like picture him without his mask on. Would that be Bruce Wayne's chin? And this one, it's like I get to see his entire body naked, except for his head. So like, the chest, the shape of the body, the arms, the belly, like if you ever saw this guy at a pool, if you ever saw this guy at like a pool party, If you ever saw him changing at a Sears in Roebuck, there's
I
you
would almost want to start pantsing people in town.
just to see if it's are you him? Are you him?
Exactly.
You are decidedly not him.
Everyone in the town, instead of agreeing to a polygraph, they agree to do a big public lineup. All the males drop trow.
Everybody has to wear a mask, but drop trow.
Right? If you don't want to participate, that's a little sus. Why won't you show your wiener to the whole town?
Wow.
4 years. I imagine the delight he must get, because clearly he gets a big thrill out of
he must
scaring them,
but there's something about, because you could just scare them without being naked. Like you could just jump out. I mean, if a guy just jumped out at you from the dark and all of a sudden he's upon you, he's going to scare you. That's going to be freaky. So you don't have to be naked to do that. So he's up in the ante.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to do it next level.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just guy jumping out, there's a lot of scary men.
There's
but everyone's got to differentiate their brand. I mean, he's trying to make a name for himself the way everybody is in our modern society. He's like, I got to stand out.
I'm going to use some streaker energy.
Ski mask guy.
Yeah, I got the streaker energy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And I won't do anything. I'm
surprised he hasn't expanded his game. Like, why not go to a bigger city? Maybe why not jump into an NFL game or an MLB game or an NBA game? In the middle of the court. But
jump scared at the presidential debates, right?
Right. Yeah. Just hop on and.
I mean, maybe his like this most recent sort of jump scare attack. Maybe he's getting himself back in the news because he's got big plans.
Yeah, who knows what
maybe he's going to do some of these things you're talking about. I hope. The butt naked assailant is another thing. He's getting called the butt naked. I always have said buck naked, even though
But I think buck naked is also a phrase. I don't think you're off. Yeah, no, I think that's also a phrase. He's totally buck naked. Yeah. But I would say that this guy isn't buck naked because he has covered his face, so he would be butt naked, which means his bottom half is wide open there.
And you're right, and they did just say butt naked, so they had agreed with you in advance. Well, I just
that's a good.
This guy just kind of fascinates me because it's bizarre. He keeps doing it 4 years. That's commitment.
Well, it's funny. I
just wonder where he takes his clothes off and where does he?
Well, we don't know. Like that's the thing about Superman and Batman. We don't know where they change. Like there's always a mystery about how they can do it so quickly.
Yes.
How do you strip down? Is he wearing a robe? Is he?
Maybe he just wears like a kind of a muumuu thing, like
right.
A big sort of oversized dress.
And remember, he's got the element of surprise on his side. So whatever he's doing, he's counting on the act of getting naked to not interrupt his surge at whoever's passing by. Well,
yeah.
I was going to say that I brought an article that's sort of like in a sideways way related to your wiener story.
What is it? Tell me.
Well, mine involves a very famous wiener event that happens every year at the 4th of July.
Is it a hot dog eating contest?
It is indeed. And there's a little bit of controversy at this last one. It happens at Nathan's famous dog, emporium or whatever they call it, but it's called Nathan's Famous. And they have a 4th of July hot dog eating contest every year. And if you know anything about the sport, then you know the name Joey the Jaws Chestnut.
Oh, I do. I do know that name, Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi. Those are my two.
The Kobayashi wiggle that he does. Yeah.
I don't know if he's still in the game.
Joey Chestnut is way more famous now than Kobayashi because Joey Chestnut has won 16 of the 17 previous competitions.
Wow.
The problem is this year he didn't enter.
Is he dead?
He wasn't allowed. No, he's not dead. He's very much alive. He due to a sponsorship rift, a tiff between him and the Nathan's Famous. Apparently, he's got a deal going with a, I guess it's a non-meat dog company, he
Dog, like a vegan hot dog sort of
yeah,
thing.
exactly. It says organizers of Nathan's famous hot dog eating event initially said he couldn't attend. Joey Chestnut couldn't attend due to a sponsorship conflict because Chestnut said he's involved in a deal with, it's called Impossible Foods, which makes a plant-based hot dog. Which, if anybody is a hot dog fan, you kind of wonder why he's doing that. But so because he was involved in this other like competitor, he's not allowed to compete in the Nathan's Famous, apparently. So what Joey Jaws Chestnut did is he went to a U.S. Army base in El Paso, Texas. So check out what he ended up doing. So I'll just give you a little bit of background information as to how they run the dog eating contest. And the guy Patrick Bertoletti is who gobbled up. He won this. It's his first men's title with 58 hot dogs.
And what did Chestnut eat last year?
Well, let me get into this.
Yeah.
So Patrick Bertoletti gobbled up 58 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Whoa!
So he gets 10 minutes, and that's his thing. Now, Joey Chestnut last year ate 73 in 10 minutes.
Oh my God!
So Joey Chestnut now goes to the Army base in El Paso, Texas, and he has a 5-minute contest. And in 5 minutes, Joey Chestnut eats 57 hot dogs.
Oh my gosh!
So he's one shy of what this other guy ate in double the time. So basically, Joey Chestnut just walked a circle around this guy.
Oh my gosh! What a crazy cool move!
Now, not to be outdone, we need to also always pay attention to the female side of this story. And there's a young lady named Mickey Sudo. And Mickey Sudo won her 10th title and set a new world record for women by eating 51 hot dogs.
Whoa!
In 10 minutes. Yeah, for a woman, that's a
Wait, is it split up by gender like that in competitive eating?
I believe it is. There's a women's competition and a men's competition. Well, if you'll look at, maybe note your biology class, men and women are built differently, and men have sometimes a bigger torso, and I think that it allows them to eat differently. I'm guessing, because otherwise, why would you split those two competitions?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess are female stomachs smaller than male stomachs?
You wouldn't think so. You would think that it would be equal.
This feels more arbitrary.
It would seem like, when in terms of biology, that the stomach of a human is the size of a stomach of a human. It doesn't matter whether it's male or female. If this was how many hot dogs could you fuck, or how many could you insert? Like, then that would be like, oh, okay, well, there should be a male and a female competition because we all do those sort of things differently.
Different number of holes and storage.
But this is not. So. This is this is inserting them into your mouth, into your cake hole, and then down into your stomach hole.
Yeah,
so that should be the same. In fact, you would almost think that women would have an advantage if especially if they're at all hoary.
If they're at all what?
Hoary. Any type of whore behavior of, sucking down dogs in their mouth, if they're used to that sort of deep throating motion, they might have a better advantage.
That's
I'm just saying.
Horrible thing to say.
Oh no, I don't mean it as a horrible thing. I mean it as a.
You literally use the word whore. That's all I'm saying. That
is a horrible thing. Yeah, that's a good point. But I'm thinking that might be an advantage for a woman. And allow her to eat even more, but apparently it's not.
And plenty of men like to indulge in that as well. So
absolutely, yeah.
Probably in the competitive eating.
And that's not to say that Joey Jaws Chestnut is of that persuasion, but he is very good at sucking down those weenies.
The way that competitive eating is it's fascinating. Like.
Yeah, those guys
don't know how they do it.
well, I'll tell you how. Chestnut apparently, what does it say his diet is? He beforehand, it says where I'm trying to find it in this article, where it he has like lemon juice and he fasts before the thing. I can't see where it says, but they have to prepare their stomach for this event. It's not like you just go in there and just start eating.
Are they allowed to dip? These hot dogs have buns also, don't they? Or they just
typically
hot dogs?
do, yeah. So they wet the buns to
They're allowed to wet the buns, right?
I believe they are, yeah.
That is just disgusting.
Oh, and this is
I don't
another
even know
thing.
if I could swallow one bite of a hot dog in a soggy bun in 10. It would probably take me 10 minutes to swallow that one bite because it would be such a nasty consistency. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you wouldn't. This I don't think that this would be something that that you would do well in.
I wouldn't thrive.
This is interesting. Joey Chestnut at this El Paso Fort Bliss, it was called, and he took on 4 soldiers. So he said, if the 4 of you can beat me with your combined total of wieners eaten.
No way. He is such the badass. He's such the Fonz of the competitive food world right
really
now.
Taking
on 4 guys, 4 dudes. And did they beat him with their 4 combined mouths and stomachs?
I don't think he did. Oh, I'm sorry. In 2021, he set the record of 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes. That's not 73, like I said. Yeah, I don't know if they he was thinking that if they could eat 10 each, that it would be pretty amazing. So I think he was anticipating them only eating about 40. I don't know what I'm trying to see in the article if it says what they ate.
I wonder what makes people first start feeling or want to enter the competitive eating.
This says he fasted on water, lemon juice, and liquefied calories as part of his pre-competition routine. So, yeah, I don't know how you get into this. I don't know. I don't think it has to do with size. I don't think it has to do with being a big fat guy because Joey Chestnut's not that big, and neither was Kobayashi.
And it's that crazy ability to wolf food down so fast. I mean, I don't know how they actually do it. I don't know how the mechanics they can actually get and chew and swallow that much food. It's crazy.
Well, they're training their stomach to stretch. That's what it comes down to. And so if your stomach is used to stretching out a certain amount, and so they, through consistent eating, have stretched their stomach, I'm guessing. I don't know. They
must also be practicing swallowing things not very chewed.
Yeah, you'd have to be comfortable.
That's the part is like, I don't know how they can eat that much to get down their throat in that amount of time. Well, that's insane. Is there be a hot dog backup in their esophagus or something? 70-something hot dogs in your stomach at one time? Yeah. I got to picture that. 76. How many hot dogs are in one pack? 10, right? Because then buns are always 8.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, or the buns are in a pack of 6 and the dogs are in 8. I can't remember which it
8,
is.
Probably. Oh, yeah, maybe. Or, okay, so I'm just going to picture 10 hot dogs in a pack. 76, 70. If I picture that'd be 7
packs of hot dogs.
That's madness.
7.5 packs. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you have to include the buns too.
Oh, wow.
So this dude is hardcore. So anyway, so I thought that was interesting that you picked a weenie story and I picked a weenie story. Imagine the guy with the ski mask competing in the weenie eating contest naked. It'd be interesting if he sort of surged up there and then he just was like, "Oh no, I'm just this is my competitive outfit."
I love it if he jump scared them while they're eating. They all start choking on those hot dogs. I wonder how often people choke at competitive food eating things.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you wonder how many times the Heimlich maneuver has been administered.
Surely they have like EMT standing by. Surely.
Oh yeah, surely.
Any sort of sports,
you're
going to have that standing by. I wonder if the naked ski mask guy is Joey Chestnut.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah. And his off time, he's like just to stay in the world of wieners. He'd
have like doubly weird things about him.
Now, just to be clear, we don't think that that's true. We're just hypothetically suggesting that because we don't certainly want to put Joey Chestnut in any sort of uncomfortable position. He's already dealing with a sponsorship issue. Now we don't want him to have to defend himself as to say that he's not this.
You're right.
This guy. So No,
Yeah.
I can't speak for
That is
Kobayashi.
decidedly uncool.
I can't speak for Kobayashi. That Kobayashi could very easily be this guy. You know, we don't know how big the guy is. We don't know what his motivations are, but we know that for the last 4 years he's been doing this. So
Yeah.
well, yeah, that's the competitive eating. I've the most I've eaten a bunch of tacos. I've eaten I think 15 tacos, but those are like
15
white guy
tacos?
tacos. Those are like with
Soft or hard shell?
hard shell, um,
Taco
filled
Bell
with,
size taco?
yeah, filled with meat and cheese and lettuce and tomato, and I've eaten 15 of those.
Did you have to do it in a certain time, or was it just like, what's the max tacos you can eat?
You know what? We didn't time it, but I didn't mess around. It wasn't like I waited over 4 hours and did it. I did it all in one sitting. Yeah, and
Right.
it was all plop, 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 plop. So,
Were you
but
competing with friends?
yeah, we were all in a house and it wasn't a fraternity house. It was just a college house where we all lived together. And boy, it was rough, man. It was, that's a lot of tacos to make.
Who was the winner that night?
I think it was me. Yeah, I think
15 tacos. Dude, what was your Well, I guess you tacos turn them sideways, right? Nobody eats a taco straight on unless you're a cartoon. Yeah.
You know what? I didn't really have a strategy. I was just really hungry and I just kept eating them. I don't even know if I was competing with anybody else. I don't know if we had like 100 tacos. It wasn't like a contest.
Like coming home kind of drunk and ate all your roommates' tacos? Is that maybe what happened?
It was more like that than
you're like, I won a competition.
Yeah, I didn't really. I think you turned it into a competition. I was just saying that in terms of the most I've ever eaten, that would be probably like the best I've done. I've eaten. The other time I've eaten 3. What are those called from Burger King? Whoppers. 3 Whoppers. At once, but then I don't know if it counts because I puked them up in my dorm sink shortly thereafter. So I don't think that counts. I think you have to keep those down.
I wonder do they have to keep them down forever? Like if these guys go home and throw up later that night,
I think that's okay.
Does that matter?
Yeah, I think that's okay.
I wonder how long they monitor them after to make sure it stays down, or if that's not, who cares? If maybe that's not a part of the sport. I don't think they monitor them.
I think once they leave the grounds,
you probably just can't throw up in the middle and keep on eating, and you're still going to get credit for the dogs you threw up.
And
I wonder if you throw up, can you start your count over though?
I'm sure you can probably go that way, but I think if you're throwing up, you're probably not in the running anymore.
Shoot, I don't know about that. I know I've got one real clear memory being out at a dance bar in Chicago and going up to the bar and getting a shot of tequila, and it was one too many. I'd had way too much to drink, and as soon as I did that shot, I immediately threw up into the trash can right there by the bar, like everything I'd been drinking that night. Picked my head up, wiped my mouth off, and ordered another shot with the beer back, and just kept on going.
Wow.
In competitive eating, if your head's really in the game, if you're like, but I'm partying, or you're like, but I'm doing this. I wonder, it feels like you should be allowed to go as long as you don't get credit for the hot dogs you threw up. I mean, clearly you would never win. This is all hypothetical stuff for lawyers and contracts and, things like that. Whew. Well, it's a sport I will always just watch from the outside with bizarre fascination.
And that's a good question. Is it a sport? Like a sport usually involves athleticism. Is there athleticism in the idea of competitive eating? I mean, I've seen some of these guys, and it looks like they're just literally shoving things in their mouth. There's, and I got nothing. I'm not judging them. I'm but it seems like
but I mean,
like an American.
What about all the muscles? That you're using and engaging, just like you're using your body and muscles and your skill and grace in other sports. In this, it's like all your jaw muscles. You've got your tongue involved. You got the esophagus. You got the stomach. I mean, so it's kind of like, hey, man.
And there is
I'm
some
an
training
athlete
involved.
On the inside. It's my internal organs that I'm competing with.
That's true. Yeah, I
don't know.
You could argue that, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know. Like if you said that to a NFL running back, and said that this guy's also an athlete. Oh yeah, what does he play? Oh, he's a competitive eater. Is that really? Are they gonna like look at each other and go, oh, okay, cool, man, cool? You're a pro. I'm a pro.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be. Yeah, I don't know if that's considered like technically a sport, But I mean, I think maybe they say table tennis is a sport. Tennis.
Well, I guess they don't say they just say competitive eating. The word sport isn't, but just the word compete is in there.
Yeah, but competitive is in there, so that typically that's I don't know. Yeah, it's tough to say, but I'm not qualified to do any of that stuff. I could never. I would just puke way before it would be okay. Where I'd be close to winning.
I could maybe eat one hot dog in 10 minutes, but I'd feel rushed. And I would eat it, but I would be resenting the feeling of rushedness.
That'd be pretty funny for you to enter that contest.
That would be funny. I literally get through one hot dog
against Mickey Pseudo, and she's on her way to 51 links.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, did they eat anything other than hot dogs? They look up the other fun or competitive food things that people eat.
Well, the other things people
probably
eat,
just everything, right?
Tacos, they eat hamburgers, and I think there's chicken wings is a big one.
If you can eat it, you can compete about it.
Yeah, usually that's it. Yeah, the chicken ones is interesting because they put the bone in their mouth and just strip it clean, and
that one feels trickier to judge. Like, do they, feel like they'd have to look at the chicken bones and really make sure, like,
you have to clean the bones.
Leaving cartilage on there, and are others ripping it off? That one feels more labor intensive on the judging part.
That might be a little bit tougher to make sure
than the hot dog thing.
Yeah, these hot dogs. It's there or it's gone.
Yeah. Good point.
Well,
there's always competitive drinking competitions.
Yeah, when they go like what do they call those? Where you hop from bar to bar, bar crawl,
pub crawl, bar crawl.
Pub crawl. Yeah, pub crawl. That's what it is. A pub crawl. Yeah, those those kind of drinking things. It's always you end up puking. Yeah, anytime you're competing and trying to drink a whole bunch, it's only a matter of time. It's a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, especially if you're a competitor.
Yeah, I'm going to win this.
Well, you don't exactly like if we're doing it. We're doing it.
Well, you're not really a competitor though. You don't need to win. I hate losing. So there might be part of me that gets swept away by it if I actually get into it. Like when I was eating those 15 tacos, once I got up to past 10, I started getting a little bit competitive. I started thinking, well, how many could I eat? So I broke a pack of 12, and then I broke into another pack. Got 3 in.
That's a lot of tacos.
Yeah. I don't even want to tell you what kind of damage I did to my digestive system after that. That was a little rough.
I can only imagine. Yep. Decidedly disgusting.
Decidedly uncomfortable. I decidedly needed a lot of Digel after that, for sure. But all right, well,
everyone be on the lookout because we don't know if the naked ski mask man might be popping up in your town. He's still out and about.
What's his? What do they dub him? What's his name again? The
naked ski mask man.
That's such a lame. There's got to be a.
Yeah. He needs a better handle.
The Balls Bandit.
Ooh,
he doesn't steal. He's not really stealing, but he looks like a bandit because he's got the thing on.
Like
the single ski pole dabbler. I don't know.
I have a whole new respect now for people who have to name criminals because I'm like. Yeah,
I'm struggling. I'm
literally have nothing to think of what I could call this guy. I mean, he's a naked crazy guy. Surely there's got to be better things to call him. Naked ski mask man.
What do they call him? The naked masked weirdo. I like that one. The masked weirdo.
Masked weirdo. Maybe the guy had to call him masked weirdo because, like, look, literally, it's like what else can we call him?
We're trying to come up with something, and this guy's got to suit it for the newspaper. It can't be anything. You can't be like Dick and Balls man. You can't.
It's like double-headed monster. One head covered, one not.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
warned.
It'd be great if he had a little matching ski mask for his dick.
Now, that'd be funny. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah. And then, just in case there's a sketch artist there.
Double ski mask. Nearly naked man. Nearly naked. If the Chili Peppers, remember them wearing their sock?
Oh, that's true.
Sock
Yeah.
on stage. Is this guy one of the Chili Peppers?
Oh, that'd be funny.
I just keep accusing
Anthony
everybody of being
Kiedis is out there just
naked
doing.
ski mask man.
He's doing some extra work, some side gigs.
Well, thanks for the conversation.
Yeah, thank you for the conversation. Appreciate it. But let's do it again.
You got it.